Well, howdy everybody. So I'm going to do the speed round instructions for week 5 assignment inserting images. You know where to find the rubric and the instructions, so I'm just going to dig right in here. I'm going to go to Word, minimize that. Okay, so here's the document as it's finished, and then I'm going to show you a little tip here. If you do Control and then N as in Nancy, so Control N, that'll bring up a new document. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this off my screen. Just use it as a reference as I go. So the first thing we want to do is insert the image. So you go to Insert, Pictures, and then from this device. This is assuming that you've clicked on this link to download the image. Okay, so I've already downloaded it, and there's our image. But you'll notice there's a difference between that image and this image. And what we want to do is remove the background information. So if you notice in Word, if you have the picture selected, you're in the Picture Format tab. You can go to Remove Background. You click that button, and Word does its best job to remove the background. But you'll notice there's a difference. We can still see some of the tablecloth. Her hand and bottom part of her outfit has been removed, so is hers. Also, this gingerbread man is in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark areas to either remove or keep. So let's start with remove. We're just going to outline here. And just make an outline of the area you want to remove, and it magically removes it. You notice this little guy sitting here we want to remove. So we're going to outline that one and remove him. We want to remove this little gingerbread. So I'm going to remove that guy. You'll notice Word will do something quirky. It'll remove her hand, but we'll come back and take care of that. We want to remove this little area right here if we can. Okay. So then we want to mark areas to keep. We want to keep her hand, and you can just draw a real general line here. Actually, this whole area we want to keep. And you notice Word did something funky. It added that table back in, so I'm going to undo that. I'm going to try and redo it here. So sometimes Word does some really funky stuff, so I'm going to get very specific here and say keep this. And I want Word to keep this. There we go. Now it kept her hand, kept that part of her dress, and now we just want to keep her hand up here. So I'm going to outline her hand best I can. And there's her hand. Okay. Once we're happy with those results, we say keep changes. You notice the background is removed. If it's not perfect, it's okay. I just want to get the general idea that you know how to remove the background. Okay. I'm going to click home. I'm going to go to the right of the picture, enter down once, and I'm going to start entering the text from the assignment. Instead of typing it, I'm just going to paste it in there. Notice I'm just pasting it in as just regular text, because that's how you would type it, regular text. Okay, so now we have that, and here's our example. I'm going to put that there, put the one side to side, and we want to change the font size, but first I want to center everything. So let's center those guys. So what I did is Control A to do everything, and then I hit center. Then I want to highlight that guy. And just so you know, this one is actually a 42 point font. So if I click here, you can see a 42. 42 isn't one of your options though. But in Word, what you can do is you can create your own font size. Just click up there in the font size, put a number in, click back in the document, and then it magically appears. One thing I forgot to do was change this to Comic Sans, so I'll do that right now. This one is a 20 point font. Okay, and one thing I noticed is that the 10th did not automatically reduce that guy, so if I do that, it will. And I know this one is at 18, so I'm going to do 18. And I know this guy is 14. And I'm going to do 14 here. I'm going to eliminate one carriage return there. And I'm going to eliminate one carriage return there. Okay, now we're going to work on the lines. You notice the fonts are what they need to be. And now I'm going to work on the lines here. First thing I'm going to do is go to Design, go to Page Borders. I'm going to do a page border like that. Color is going to be red. And I'm going to click OK. Now you notice we have the page border, and we want a border underneath the 1 to 3. So I'm going to go to Home. I'm going to go to Page Borders, Borders and Shading. And I'm just going to click on the bottom border there. I want it to be a double, so I'll find the double there. And the color to be red. Okay. And sometimes Word doesn't do what I asked. So this is a good example of Word doing kind of going rogue. So we want a double there. Want a red. And you notice it didn't change that. So if I click it again, it'll put it in there. So make sure that's one of the last things you do is just select that. Okay. So now we have that. And now we need the border above prizes. So we hit right there, put the cursor right next to prizes. And since I've already set up the border format, I can just say, give me a top border. And it automatically does that double red. And I just need to put in one small carriage return here. I'm going to reduce my font size there. Take that guy out. There we go. And you notice that I am now done, except for I misspelled that. It should be Porter Park. And then you'll save that, and that is your document. I think we hit on all the points. Type text, Comic Sans, adjust the font, inserted the borders, did the picture, and did text image wrapping was applied. This particular one didn't really have text image wrapping because I just put the text around it, but if you wanted to, you can click on the text and you can do wrap text. And you can do all sorts of stuff. You can say it's square, it's tight, it's through. This particular one is square. Just wraps it around. So, all right. So that is assignment for week 4, inserting images. Hope you're having a great week. I'll do another one for the second assignment for week 5. Sorry, week 5.